Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but okay.
Who the hell is offline?
It's our special guest tonight. Offline.
Right, offline.
Somebody hit the applause. What's up?
What is going on, motherfuckers?
It's Tuesday. We're here.
Tuesday.
Late as always.
The tree of
Fashionably,
eagles.
though.
The true start time on Tuesdays is 9:15. We just don't set it that way because then we'll be 9:30.
Exactly.
So now you know. Now you
I
know.
have to get up at 4 in the morning tomorrow, but my alarm is set for 3:45.
Oh, you're one of those assholes that hits the snooze 400 times? That's me.
I've got my phone that's right beside me, so that goes off at 3:45, and then one more at like 3:50, and then I've got an alarm on the other side of the room that goes off. So I have to get my ass out of bed.
No, my alarm goes off at 6:30. My last ditch, I have to get up. Time frame is 7:20.
Oh Jesus! Yeah,
To get to work on time.
Good leisure air time there.
And at 7:20 allows me to get up, take a leak. You know, not like get in a hurry and have to rush out the door, but that's like you've got to get your ass up. 7:20. I mean, it's like 12 miles from here to work, and the traffic's not that bad in the mornings. So now on Saturday mornings, I have to be there at 7.
Oof.
And my alarm goes off at 6, and I can last ditch go out the door at 6:40.
That's all right.
Well, I have it figured out. So my boss, my shop foreman, the command sergeant major, he's like a catfish dude. He'll eat anything.
Right.
So I figured it out. The Ingles grocery store opens at 7 a.m., which is when I'm supposed to be at work. He don't give a shit if I show up at 7:15, 7:20 when I roll in there with that breakfast plate with biscuits and sausage gravy, cheese, eggs, and bacon. So
Well spent.
I got that figured out. That's worth the $4. So
Usually I like to, like, when I'm getting up at a normal time, is I'll get up an hour early, have some coffee and cigarette. Ease into it, but
so you try to get your colon turned on first thing.
yeah. We're kind of back on this hardcore carnivore thing. Once a day, maybe.
On a good day. Until you have to go through an oxalate dump and then game on. Anywho, so hey everybody, it's our Guitarsenal show. We have no idea what we're going to talk about for most of the night, so
We talked about work and taking shits.
Yep.
So far.
So we'll talk about some guitar stuff here in a minute. I don't know if there's really been any news in the guitar world in the last week, but
I know some jazz bassists died.
rip Sam Rivers. Oh, what's his fuck? Glenn LaFerman died today.
Who's that?
He's like one of the famous rock photographers. He took the pictures of Eddie with the Kramer ad guitar for the Kramer ads and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I guess he kicked the bucket today. So rip Glenn LaFerman. I'm sure Johnny Bean did a live stream as soon as he found out in the morning.
He hit the floor, man. He was out live.
Right.
I slept
Anyway.
on his couch.
Anyway, fuck that guy. Earl Coli in the house. What the fuck? Put the wagons in a circle. It's time for more of that gear talk. Remember to shoot low, pilgrims. They're riding Shetlands. What are we drinking tonight, boys? Whatever you're not.
No, I usually would have coffee, but
I got the little NOS Zero because I'm about dead to the world. So, get channel member Darboard, the Darboard, Darren. What's up, dude? Cucumber. Hey, man, what number is this? What number is this? This is the second Charvel I ever bought, so I'm calling it number 2, but it's actually my number 1. This one's my favorite.
Does number 2 work for?
This one's my favorite. Chuck C up in the house. What's up, Chuck?
Chuck.
Also a Chanel member.
Chuck.
What's up, Scotty? What's going on, brah? Stu Petty, drinking and throwing the horns.
Wow.
There's our brother in shred, Al. R2, R3, locking nut. No, it ain't
Brother,
Friday,
it is
bro.
not.
It's not Friday yet, so it means you got to be practicing your song, brah.
Yep. What's up, Wayne McConnell? He's ready to go. I was ready to go when I put my shoes on this morning. Go home. Zach Thong in the house saying hey to everybody that ain't fucking here.
Yeah. But they're channel favorites.
Brad 14.99 was shaking everybody.
Hey.
What's up, dude? This whole username thing's fucking me all up.
It is weird, yeah.
Yep.
YouTube being gay again.
Yep. Blue Box in the house. What's up, Blue?
What's up, Blue?
There's Brian Baderson.
Yeah, how do you get that out of that?
User.
John, you gonna handle
I'm
that?
not. That's a Saturday night special.
Oh, sorry, Greasy. You're on your own, bud. Good to see you.
Doesn't diminish your appreciation of you being here, brother.
Papa Blue up in the house. What's going on? Who else we got? There's Earl. Can't drive 55. Is it 50? It's always 51:50 time here. Jimmy, not so much. Rock Daddy up in the house. Howdy, y'all. What's up, dude?
What's the number for homicidal maniac?
Speaking of
Is that 918V?
speaking of always 51:50 time, that Steve Nowicki, man, that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. He did a good job.
Yeah, man, he's killer. No Man's Land. Good evening, frosty friends. It is getting a little chilly down here. I've been in the 40s the last few nights.
Yep.
And old Mark Spurgeon up in here. Sup, crew. Sup, dude.
Hey, brother.
We got a hard freeze. What was today? Sunday?
Oh, you froze up?
Yep.
Searching for tones here. We're still searching
Is that
too. Brian, searching for tone, Brian. I just need I need Kurt to clip me that Brian Beesman, but just cut the Beesman off. So we got so many Brians in the chat. So, what's up, Brian? Who else we got? There's Dennis Ellis up in the house. What's up, Dennis Ellis? Good to see you.
Giving us the clap.
There he is. Rob Blackmore official. What's going on,
What's up,
Rob?
brother Rob?
There's Bo.
Live.
Getter Man 45. What's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good, buddy. Speaking of buddies, there's our buddy 40 Grit at 40 Grit Guitars. He's got something he's putting together now. He sent me some pictures of. It's gonna be cool.
Nice.
Very Warren inspired.
I was gonna ask Mike, is Ricardo, was he there when you were there? Ricardo Diaz at Sir?
What's up, Matty? Good to see you, Matt.
Eddie.
There he is.
I love that. Go ahead.
Rene Fernandez.
I love that puppy badass tune that Maddie did the other night. That was fucking awesome.
Renee says, always my respects to all of you driving back home from work, but listening. Thanks for what you all do. You're all great players. Hugs to all of you. Hugs to you too, bro. You're a great player yourself.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah, if you don't follow Renee on the social
Renee
media,
Fernandez, absolutely.
he's a killer player, man.
He was really good. Awesome.
I enjoyed his little ditty of Silent Lucidity.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, man. He's not a bad singer either. Who else we got here? Who else we got? Anybody have, I'm almost to the bottom here. I think we about got everybody. Need some glasses. Oh, Nightbot's here. Go fuck yourself, Nightbot.
Can't turn that shit off.
I don't know how. I think that's in the YouTube permissions. I don't know.
I see Dory in there somewhere.
So CMBR says this is number 17, but it's number 2. Hey, Joe. What's up, Joe Alba? What's going on?
Brother Joe, how are you? Great playing on Saturday, as usual.
Paul McNary. What's going on, Paul? There's Way Up, dude. So whatever the fuck goes wrong, it's his fault. I said Gear Talk, Way Up, dude, not Gay Talk. Yeah, you need to go to Guitar Talk Universe and see Quentin for Gay Talk.
Yeah,
Or
Johnny Bean.
Saturday night. What's his name? Fuckface. Johnny Bean.
There's Cushman.
Brother Kush.
Good to see you, Cush.
What's up, Kush?
Getting there. There's Larry. Larry H. What's up?
Hey, Larry.
There's Mac Woman.
Mac Woman.
Dory.
Dory
up?
con queso.
What's up, Dory?
Hi.
Who else? KXM Rock in the house. It's OU812 time. Yeah, there you go. I thought I was getting to the bottom, but Blue Mox wants you to know, Jimmy, that it was great to play with you on Sunday. He had a blast.
Likewise,
Were
brother.
you on Quentin's channel or
Yeah. I said it on Sunday. Cindy.
Cindy?
Mike says he does not know that name, John. That's Sir.
No.
Now, if you said Ricardo Montalbaum,
Ricardo Montalban with wheel currency in there.
Keith H., what the hell is going on? I ain't
What
figured it
the
out yet.
H double hockey sticks.
and we figure it out, please let me know.
Right. There's Sarah.
Sarah, you funded a
Prisoner
great hangover.
J1114.
Oh, good time, Sarah.
Get back in your cell.
You guys bailed on
Oh, yeah, we Irish guy the fuck out of y'all. I seen Jimmy bail, and I'm like, I'm out too, man. I gotta
Yeah.
go.
Oh, you left right after I did, huh?
Hell yeah, I did.
so we it was just Ryan and I at the end. So because we ran the stream out. That seemed to be a goal of his. So we ran the stream out,
And then you started
I'm
another
going
one.
again. I'm like, nah, well, yeah, okay, goodbye. So he fired back up. I didn't make that second stream.
I was fast asleep.
Guess I can't be mad at you about that.
Okay, George 74. What's going on? What do you guys think about the $500 Ibanez guitars? Good or no? I have no idea.
Which one? I mean, give me a particular one. There's quite the range.
I've played I've played a couple of the Genesis RG 550s. They're pretty good, but I mean, they're not $500 either. They're what, $1,000?
Yeah.
I've never
10,
played
1099.
an Ibanez that wasn't all right. I never played one that was like, this is horrible.
I guess you've never played a Geo. I haven't either.
Well, like the rest, like all other inexpensive guitars, is that most of the Geo Ibanez ones can be made to play nice.
No,
mean,
Robbie, I've never
that
shit
can-
myself while playing guitar.
That can go for a lot of things. A lot of cheaper guitars. There's Herb of Fireside Studios. What's up, Herb?
Herb. Herbie.
No, he's not going to do that, Larry H.
So he's saying like the RGA 42 or RG 421.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Go for it. If you want one, get it.
Larry wants to know if you can turn your mic up a bit.
How's that?
There you go.
Sounds good to me. And that's the bottom of the list. So we're there.
Now what are we talk about?
So which one's the RG 421?
The 421, when you see that 1 at the end of the number, it means it's a hardtail.
Okay.
So RGA is
RGA is like the sharper RG body style, right?
Yes.
I'm no
Beveled-
Ibanez expert.
Bevel corners.
Right.
That's
The
what I was
A-
fully
the A
expecting,
series.
Scotty.
Scott says, "No fair. When I ask you, tell me to fuck off, Jimmy."
Well, I mean,
What's up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights?
To be fair with you, Scotty, that's generally the response. You
Right.
yeah, I mean, I don't think that you're special because I'd tell that to anybody.
Yes.
Yep. It's kind of like when I go on troll his reverb store. I'm like, does it come with the original pickups? I usually get the emoji bird back. Earl Coli says, I have another Sire L7 LP style guitar on order from Sweetwater. I hope you guys can check them out sometime. I would like to know what you think of the Sire guitar line. Killer quality for low price. I've never seen one in person to try one.
Same.
So I know they've got Strat and Telly shapes and stuff too, so don't they make some expensive shit too, or is it all like medium mid price? Okay, yeah, they make the Larry Carlton stuff, signature stuff, and they range anywhere. Yeah, they're low mid tier, and they've got some like $1,500 stuff.
Yeah, they're just not in my wheelhouse. I mean, I'm on what seems like a never-ending, just gonna build shit out of the parts that I got laying around now. So
Right.
those are slowly infiltrating the rack.
Blue Mox says Jimmy doesn't even respond to me unless I do something really dumb. Bless that man.
Well, I'm sure that he gets, I'm sure it's never ending with Sugar Tush. I can do that far.
And it's like they're sitting here and she just
Earl says mid to low price. The new generation line is quite good. Well, in today's world, a $2,000 guitar is considered mid tier.
fuck me, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. I found I was going through some crap, and I found a bunch of the old musician's friend catalogs I would get, as a teenager.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking neck through ESP Japan Kirk Hammett signature, $1,700. The old kamikazes, like the red, white, or silver, white, blue, red one, and they were all like $1,599. And it's just like now they're $7,000.
Oof.
When I bought that old M2 Deluxe ESP that I had, it was a translucent black flame maple top, translucent.
It's sad that you had to, establish that.
Right, translucent
trans.
black.
It doesn't have a folded up penis. It's clear paint.
But
Little Southern boys, sometimes they got that little taste for it in them.
no, we don't. No, we don't.
That's what they say.
But it was a
Not me.
it was a maple fretboard, which ESP didn't do a whole lot of. Man, I think I paid like $1,400 for that thing, and that was expensive in like 2004 when I bought it.
Gonna say it sounded expensive to me because I wasn't buying guitars in 2004.
So it's just crazy how, Jesus Christ, dude. I was in the grocery store Sunday, and I haven't bought sodas or Cokes, as we call them down here. Don't matter what flavor or variation it is, it's a Coke. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how long, but a fucking 12-pack is $11, $10.99.
What?
I'm like, I'm glad I don't really
Oh yeah.
drink that shit.
It's
anymore.
ridiculous. my usual $60, small grocery cart of food, is now $150.
Yep.
I don't get that, man. Like
My-
a 12
my-
thing of Pepsi up here is like $7 Canadian.
Yeah, that should be like $2.99 here. Yeah, they're
That's
10.
weird.
They're 10, $9.99, $10.99. It's insane. So, everybody on the different guitar forums, especially the guitar brand forums,
Right.
everyone, oh God, the Schecter's lost their mind with these prices. Oh God, ESP's out of their mind. It's all of them.
Yeah, it's all of
It's
them.
everything.
Yep.
You know. The Vanguard 76, aka Chris Trock, says, ain't talking about love. Cheers, fellas. We ain't talking about that either.
Yet.
Scotty says 1992 J. Charvel Model 5, $1,200. It's too expensive. Willie has always told me don't pay over $1,000 for any of the model series guitars. Cucumber says meh.
Okay.
Sammy Reynolds is here. What's up, Sammy? He says, hey all, Gibson and Epiphone released the Back to the Future ES345s today. They didn't exist in 1955.
Yeah.
They're all sold out. That doesn't surprise me.
I need to buy the exact same thing I got already. Oh,
Right.
wait a minute.
Well, the Epiphone ones probably have the Gibson headstock. I'm sure it's one of the inspired by whatever. So they've probably got the Gibson headstock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stu says I bought my ESP Urban Camo Viper for $1,000. Is that ESP? I mean, yeah. Okay, Georgie. Ibanez has a neck through RGR T421 that's only $500. What's the T stand for, Jimmy?
Well, we're going to find out. 'Cause
Where does Ibanez? They do Japan,
In Indonesia,
and that's it.
Korea.
Or
they do. They use world music in Korea as well.
Yeah.
Thought they were a little more discerning, and maybe they are.
Well, they came out with that premium line, and they kind of split the bill between the Japanese prestige stuff and whatever the fuck was below that, and then it just made the prestige go up in money, and now the premium line's what the prestige used to cost.
Right.
It's like all the Gems, the Gem 7Vs are all made in Indonesia now. They're not Japan prestige models anymore. So if you go try and find a Gem 7V that's a prestige, which is like 2021 and older, they're fucking doubled in price on the used market.
Wow.
And I think even Steve-O said that they don't even compare and how they play.
Quality and stuff. Steve's got an OG gem,
Of course he does.
and holy Christ, man! I'm not a thin neck player. That guitar plays awesome, and it's super solid, man. Like 30 odd years old.
Yep. The golden era.
Yeah.
I know 40's got that floral gem from what
Yeah,
night?
that's what Steve's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40 said that thing's awesome. Scotty says 86 Kramer, fuck us. Take your pick. 500 to 750. New with hard case ESP made.
The old days.
Joe, yeah, he spent $1,400 for his Axis in 1999. It felt like $1 million.
Yep. Yeah, I had one around that era, just after Eddie left, and it wasn't much more than that.
Yeah, Scott, when a 2-liter was 99 cents. What else we got? I've never looked closely at the neck on my blinding orange neck, completely flamed, but just clear coated.
Nice.
that the Rocket Red 5150? That looks way more orange than red, or whatever fuck color they call it. Okay, so Robbie says no, they have the Epiphone headstock. Well, that's lame. I don't want one. I didn't want one anyway.
No. 5-cent candy bars. Jesus Christ, Mark, how old are you?
Papa Blue says in 1983, I wasn't born. I took out a college loan, used most of it on my 83 Les Paul Custom Pearl White with chainsaw case. But you didn't hear that from me.
You're still paying that back?
Right.
If you make the minimum payment, you'll have it paid off in 2075.
Yeah. Earl says I found a 64 Candy Apple Red Strat for $400. I traded it for a Roland Synth that was sold at Groon's for $20K. Yeah, that was a dumbass fucking thing to do.
Oh, sorry, I told you guys, my dad, first guitar was a OG Sunburst 57 Strat with maple neck, and he traded it off on a 69 SG.
Right, and that's your inheritance.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. You fucking dick.
Rather have the Strat.
100%.
Well, Scott traded his or sold his mint condition 82 JCM 800 for $400 because he needed weed.
You know, buddy, yeah. I mean, back what year was that, Scotty? Because you could pick those things up anywhere for cheap. Mine was, I think, brand new, $800 or something.
Yep.
New, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nutty.
But mind you, kind of relative, because you go back to then, it was, what was I making, $10-12 an hour?
Right. Sammy says they had a 63 Strat at his local store a few months ago, sold for $25K. Yeah. I'm partial to like the 54 to 57s with the maple board. I've played some custom shop 57s that were real nice.
Yep.
Actually, I think that Sunburst one I played last time we went to Guitar Center and Andy came down here.
Yeah.
I think that was a 57 custom shop.
I almost guarantee it was from what.
Yeah, they say that's a V-neck, but it's more of a D-neck than a V-neck.
Well, that's the one, the V-neck I've been banging on about for forever. And you say no, because I mean, then yeah, you put a Luke guitar on. That's a fucking V-neck.
That's a V. Yeah, that one on that custom shop, it's supposed to be a 57 V profile, and it's really more of a D shape than a fucking V. It was actually really nice.
Extra. Yeah, it's just got a little extra on where the skunk strip would be.
Scott said that was 2,000 or so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I sold my 5150 for $800. The original block letter one.
Well, I traded my triple rectifier my solo head for straight up for a 5152, and that should not have been a straight trade. I should have made money on that deal.
Yeah.
But I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to get rid of it.
Yep. It's funny how I think you're a little bit like me. Once you're done with something, like get away from me. I don't even want to. The fact that I still own it pisses me off.
Pretty much.
Yep. I put something up for $800. Guy says I'll give you $7. Good, fine. Ship it out tomorrow. Don't care.
So I guess I'll give everybody an update. You two guys already know on my locking nut debacle that we talked about last week. So my Schaller nut came yesterday, 6 days after ordering, and it fit like a fucking glove.
And where did it come from again?
Dusseldorf, Germany, or wherever the fuck they're from.
6 days ain't bad.
Whatever town they're in. And I didn't get hit with a tariff on it either. Unless it was, and it should be because the de minimis thing ended in August. Because it used to be anything under 800 it didn't apply.
Right.
So, which I mean, the tariff on it would have been fucking like $6.50. But what I did read was FedEx, because it came through FedEx all the way, is on lower cost items where the tariffs are real low. FedEx has just been fronting it when it gets to customs in the U.S., which for me was in Memphis,
Right.
and they've just been fronting it, and then you'll get an email with a bill like 6 weeks later for your tariff plus like a 3% service charge or something. So we'll see how that goes.
That's generally what happens because I do order stuff from like England and that kind of thing, and it'll come in and it'll be like the same price, and 3 weeks later you get fucking hit with VAT and nonsense.
So, but yeah, I got it yesterday, popped it on. There it is. It fit perfect. There's no gap. Just like you would expect. It's nice and polished, perfectly machined. And, yeah. So, Floyd Rose, fuck you. I'll just buy all my stuff straight from Schaller from now on.
And the funny bit is that's something like you've got it, it works, and you'll forget about it now. That's it. It's doing its thing, so never mind.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, it's awesome. No buzzy high E, Scott. None of them are buzzy.
Yeah. Somehow I have this strange feeling that Schallers is going to see a lot of business.
Yeah. So they sent a little information card on some of their newer stuff in the package as well. And I was doing some research comparing prices between them and Floyd. And the new USA made Floyds are going for like, I think we said like $300, $289, $299. The Lockmeister bridges, which are identical to the original Floyd Roses that Schaller made forever. They're the same fucking trim, same bridge. They're like $40 cheaper, and they come with the locking nut. Whereas Floyd's don't come with the locking nut. You have to purchase them separately. And Schaller's doing you can pick your radius on all the Schaller nuts now. I think they do 10, 12, 14, and 16. And that's for R2, R3, R4, R5, whatever. And then you can pick your saddle radius on all of them from 8 to 16. And I don't know if anybody remembers, but these older 1000 series Floyds, which is what's on this, the fine tuning screws are longer than an original Floyd. Well, Schaller's putting the longer fine tuner screws on all the newer Lockmeisters now as well. So you've got more travel room for your fine tuning, which I think is awesome. Like this Floyd, this is a 2010 1000 series, and it's got the long fine tuners in them, and they're not gritty as fuck either.
That's weird.
So it's pretty cool. But the only thing about the ones with the longer ones is you can screw the fine tuners straight out of the damn whale tail. So, but I don't think I've ever really gone in detail on this guitar. I don't think we've ever done a Guitarsenal on this guitar.
On your 3-wood, number 6, or your first 3-wood.
This is my second 3-wood from Charvel, but it is my number one favorite Charvel that I own. So,
Google started telling me about 3-woods. I guess I said something. The stimulator.
Nice. Yeah, real quick. This is a 2010 USA. See, it says made in USA up there, not like it's going to focus on it. This is a 2010 made in USA, the last of the USA production runs they did. This is the wild card number 3. It is a alder body, one humbucker only. Floyd, locking nut, all that stuff. One piece, quarter sawn maple neck. I measured this neck. It is 0.800 at the first fret and 0.850 at the 12th. Not quite this as flat as the modern C shape they use now. On the back, it's a little more round. These things came with Grover tuners. Originally, they had a JB and a chrome knurled knob. Obviously, I like the top hat Strat knobs. And this guitar's had like 400 different pickups in it. It currently has a Super 3 DiMarzio. And that is probably what is going to stay in this guitar. It's been in here for about 2 years now. It's got a black D tuner on there. And we got a 37 millimeter brass L block with some black noiseless springs and a trim stopper back there because I'm too lazy to measure a piece of wood and glue it to the body back there. Cavity cover is huge for just a one knob guitar, but it's also recessed in the body, which is awesome. Got the side input jack, altar body, like I said, altar body is flat black, and it's kind of like that what they call that chalk finish, so it doesn't get like the glossy wear on it as easy. But yeah, dude, these things, I think the USA wild cards, they made like 100 of each of the first 3.
Right.
And I think that's the number on them. These are extremely rare to pop up. And out of the first 3, this is probably the most desired one, followed by the candy magenta. And then they had a red, same guitar, but red with a rosewood board. I think it was also a JB and all that stuff. That's the wild card 2. The candy magenta is the one. The one is a dual humbucker. But yeah, when these pop up on Reverb or eBay or whatever, they usually are in the ballpark of $2,000. Is usually what they kind of go for. These were $10.99 new in 2010. And this guitar is how I met Willie and the guy that actually owns the shop, John. I went in there on my lunch break one day to buy some strings, and this fucking thing was sitting there on the wall on consignment. And I walked over and looked at it, and made in USA, and played it for a minute, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Wonder how many thousands this guitar is. I just saw I had a tag on it that said consignment, but there was no price. So I went over and asked John, I said, hey man, how much for that one humbucker Charvel over there? I said, is it legit? I said, haven't really seen that one before. And he's like, yeah, he goes, it's some kind of like, he's like, dude, it's old. It's like 10 years old or whatever. He's like, but the guy only wants $650 for it.
I beg your pardon?
I said, huh. So I'm sitting there doing the
powder.
doing the quick Google search of what this guitar is, and it came up what it is, and I found the past, couple, like 2 or 3 that had been sold on Reverb, and there was one on eBay at that current time for $2,200. So I said, okay, cool. I'll give you half of it now as a down payment, and I'll come bring you the other half tomorrow because I want it. And I said, I assume cash is the best option. He's like, well, yeah, cash, no tax. All right, cool. He's like, he goes, if you're serious, you're serious, you want to buy it? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to buy it. He goes, well, don't worry about it. Just bring me the money tomorrow. So I got off work and hit the ATM and just went right back over there. And it's like, here's your $650. I'll take my guitar now. Thanks. And it's been my favorite ever since.
That's saying something, brother.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's actually not the most resonant guitar, but it fucking sounds good and it plays great. And like I said, I've put, I don't know how many different pickups in this thing. And it sounded good with the JB. It's had the Warren DeMartini, the RTM in it, which I think was what was in it before I put the Super 3 in it. When that Kramer Eruption pickup came out. It's supposed to be the PV Wolfgang pickup. I put one of those in it to try it, and that pickup sounded like shit. It's had a super distortion. It's had a Pariah. I think it had a pound cake in it at one time, and for some reason I got on a Super 3 kick, so I put a Super 3 in this thing, and that's just kind of what this guitar really agrees with. The only pickup that sounded bad in it was that Kramer Eruption. The JB, it's had a tone zone in it. If you go back on my Instagram, there's a clip of me playing the 5150 intro and some other stuff on this guitar. That was the tone zone. So, yeah, I don't know. I just dig the chrome, the cream with the black hex screw Super 3 in this thing. But yeah, so this is my favorite. So,
There we go.
Blue Mox, I think I just answered that like 4 times. It's a Super 3. Do those trim stoppers have to be mounted in the middle or can't be mounted off the side of it? You can put it wherever. As long as it stops the block, it doesn't matter. Normally, I don't use them. I cut a piece of wood, walnut or something, and just glue it in there. Sit there and sand it down. But I've been lazy here as of recent years, and just I've had a bunch of those laying around, so I just like, screw it, it'll work. The one thing I did screw up on is when I ordered this brass L block a few weeks ago to put in this thing, and I didn't look at the old block. I was like, that's the top mount Charvel, it's a 37. I should have ordered a 42 because the stock block on this is a 40. So it's a hair short, but it's enough where about half of the stopper contacts it. So I downsized the block. Scotty also says, do not use acetone on DiMarzio. It melts the plastic instantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was asking about that on Saturday.
That's weird. He'll wipe a Duncan logo right off.
I'll wipe the pickup
Blue Mock
right
says
off.
you want them near the center or else they can do weird shit. I don't know. I've seen them mounted off to the side. Whatever.
Like you wouldn't want to go proud right or left or top or bottom, but
Right.
a little bit is fine, I think.
Andy Carson's here, everybody's favorite firefighter. I saw him a second ago, but I was yapping. There he is. What's up, brother?
Brother
to see ya.
Andy.
Yeah, that's right, Cucumber. I swooped this one up. And I've been offered money for it many of times, and it's just like, it's not for sale.
And the cool thing is you built a great friendship out of it.
Yeah, I hear our friend Vomvis is going to get one of those J Cunt pickups. I got a block in the morning. Yeah, I know what you're doing tomorrow. So Brad says use naphtha to get that logo off. Yeah, I was going to say maybe a little Scotch Brite or something. The super fine Scotch Brite probably take it off. Not do too much. Ladies and gentlemen, Arkansas is in the house. What's going on, Arky? Good to see you.
Arky.
Speaking of Scotch Brite, the back of this neck got Scotch Brite, a week ago? I did a couple of them that were starting to get glossy. And this one had gotten sticky, so it got Scotch Brited like a week ago, and now it's back to nice and silky smooth. You know, it's funny, I've never really looked at any of the grain on this neck, and it's got some, ever since I Scotch Brited it, this neck's got a fair amount of bird's eyes in it. Like up on top of the headstock, there's several little bird's eyes in it. Up in here, lots of gunk and whatever kind of DNA of mine is on the fretboard because I don't ever clean my fretboards. Schmutz. But yeah, there's actually a good amount of bird's eye in this neck. But
Bird's eye and jizz.
yeah, this thing's killer. Archie says she's just getting home. Yeah, there's probably some of that on there. Who knows? Everybody's saying hey to Arky. So yeah, if anybody wants to buy this guitar, sorry, it's not for sale. Nope.
And
I wish Charvel would put some more one humbuckers in their current lineup. I don't think they actually have any. Maybe I missed it on fucking purpose. I didn't see it. Naphtha didn't work. Blah blah.
Something about
Same
it.
logos.
Godo uses a 45 millimeter long bolt, and the one that comes with the D-tune is 50.
Yeah, he asked me the other night. He messaged me about the screw length on the D-tuna screws. I guess he found out that they're 50 millimeter. Well, is that why they? That's why they come with 2 screws, 2 length screws. They say it's for pending your intonation. If your saddle's further back, like this one is, use the short screw, and if it's further forward, use the long screw. This one's got titanium screws in it, so I don't know. It's just when I bought them, I bought the titanium screw kit that comes with a D-tuna screw, and I think it's the shorter one. So, yeah, there's that. I'll tell you one thing, the D-tune on one of these titanium screws is super smooth. They're not real wonky. If you don't want to have to file out the inside the D-tuna barrel, just use a titanium screw. Yeah, 40, I put this D-tuna on this guitar, I don't know, a few years ago, like right after I got it, really, and I don't even fucking use it. This guitar just pretty much stays in drop D.
right.
So that, and I can't find any of my little bitty fine tuner wrenches for any of these D-tunas anywhere. So if I push it in now, it's like a half step instead of a whole step.
I have one right here.
What are those like?
Can't even see
What
it.
are those like 1.5 mils or something?
I'm not sure. I think it's. Yeah, I don't remember. But I have to have these for all the little set screws and all the posts for these Godo and Ibanez bridges. They have that set screw in the center of them to
Right.
lock the post in. They take that same size grub screw with Allen head or Allen.
Yep. Cindy Z in the
Gizmo.
house. What's up, Cindy?
Cindy with an S. Cindy.
Scotty's over here talking about Monster Bolts. I thought Monster Bolt made Godo sets. They say their screws work in Floyd's, Godos, and Edges.
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all the same thread pitch.
The drop shuttle, isn't that the fucking Tone Vice drop D thing that looks weird?
What is it you have? You have a little clicker thing.
Yeah, I've got the Tone Vice pitch shifter on the William Defoe signature model.
That works well, doesn't it?
It does, to a point. You can use the fine tuner when it's down in D, but when it's in E, you can't. So, they've all got their cons. Would I buy another Tone Vice? Probably not. I don't plan on buying another D-tuna either. I mean, I've got enough guitars where I can have a standard, a drop D, a C sharp, whatever.
Yeah. And if you have the long enough fine tuner gizmos on there, you can just set the guitar up so that, when it run it down a little ways and then, on drop D, you just back it out. And
Yeah, and this guitar, the fine tuners are so long, I can probably do that on. So
What I used to do on my Floyd guitars, just fucking tune it, pack it all the way out and then.
see, Mike knows. Yeah, I mean, that's like what Warren DeMartini does. He tunes the E with the fine tuner all the way screwed down, and he just rolls it back out to go to D.
It's because I'm so old.
Eddie
That
used
was before there was a D-tuner.
Well, Eddie used to do the same shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he would do. They would open with Unchained, and you could hear him. He'd hit the low D, and you could hear him up the E.
That's awesome.
Doesn't the new Kramer Vintage series have a single hum? I'm not sure. I know the 83 Holy Grail Berettas do. I don't know if any of the other stuff does. I haven't looked at them really.
I thought they were HSS.
Darren says, but it looks cool. And 40 says, they do look cool.
Well, I mean, those guitars have a pickguard, so I'm sure there are plenty of companies out there that would be more than happy to make you a single humbucker pickguard.
Yeah, I'm sure Paradox Guitar Supply will jump on that. They've gotten pretty good at jumping on specific models where everything's already cut right. You don't have to modify anything. Larry H says, I've never heard of Monster Bolt, man.
Now you have.
Now you have. They got you can order direct from them, and they have an Amazon store, but they make the colored fucking steel bolts and the colored titanium bolts, and they're less than the competitors.
I wonder if they have a rainbow set.
That's right. The drop shuttle is the Red Bishop. Andy,
Eugene,
just let the
crazy.
shit burn the fuck down and stop Narcanning the same dude.
We all know why.
40 says Monster Bolt is the way to go. Yeah, dude. They're like full titanium bolt kits and shit are cheaper than Floyd or the other company. Foo Tone.
Oh, fuck a tone.
So, and speaking of Foo Tone, this block and these springs are FU Tone. And the black FU Tone springs are weak as shit compared to their standard
Gotta love Arky.
black Floyd springs. I mean, normally I can get away with 2 on the Floyd springs, but I had to. I mean, you see how far? The claw's all the way in,
And man, that's
and there's 3 springs on this.
Jesus.
So those are going to get swapped shortly. I know I've got 1 black Floyd spring. I may have 2. I don't know. I'll fuck around with it one day.
Boys, I'm gonna bid you an adieu.
All right, then.
Have a great rest of the show, and see you later, everybody.
See John O. Douchebag. Yeah, the Kramer eruption pickup didn't do much for me.
Good going, fag. Good going. Good going. Good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. To me, that Kramer eruption pickup does not sound like the PV Wolfgang pickups. It's got some kind of high mid frequency that literally made me fucking nauseated. So, yeah, Arky on top of it. Hit that like button. Go play poker with Arky on Monday nights. I've gotten where I'm busy on Monday nights and don't get to play anymore. Arky plays poker on Monday nights. Virtual, of course. What's up, Gene? Good to see you, man. I think I sold mine. I think I put it on their Reverb. There's Dahlia. Now that John's gone, Dahlia's here.
Yep.
Scott says, I've bought from them before for screws and tons of other stuff, industrial too. I had no idea they did the Floyd screws till you told me. Well, you know now. Yeah, I think Ryan retired from Tuesdays. I don't know. I think Tuesdays is pretty much just our show. Because we like to sit here and talk and bullshit and whatever.
Ryan doesn't mod shit. He's not a modder. He's out of the box and play it, dude.
This is our channel. No. Yeah, Ryan's one of those buy once, cry once, and he's done with shit. He's not like us where we're constantly changing shit and changing pickups and parts and all that stuff. Unless it's a Steinberger, then he gets all about that. So,
So here we go. Well, maybe somebody wants a softer spring, Scott.
If you're gonna buy springs from FU Tone, just get the heavy duty ones because the standard tension ones are shit. Sammy says, I'm going to buy me a guitar for Christmas. You want to buy me one for Christmas? Just don't know what I want yet. Well, I can just get on Reverb and send you some links to shit I want.
I can help you spend that money.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I have a bag of FU springs not being used.
Make some garden ornaments out of them or something.
Well, Scotty, we can have you on the Guitarsenal panel one night. We won't have a problem with that. I think we're going to have Yostinator on next week. Got to make sure we're still cool with that. Because Yost is... Well, first off, Yost is awesome. Yost is a cool dude. It's cool to hang with. And he's got a bunch of cool shit. So... Yeah, just let me know, man. I'll shoot you a link, and you can sit in for a whole show. I mean, I try to get 40 to come on and hang with us like every time if I know he's not working. We'll have to do a hang on 40's channel. That's always fun. Cindy says, I have a question. I know nothing about playing guitar, but I bought one. Are lessons the best way to go, or are there good online basics? Depends on how you learn, in my opinion. I'm a very visual learner, and I learn things by ear very easily. And so I started off the first 2 years of playing just learning on my own. And then I took in-person lessons for about 3 years. And that time spent in the Mel Bay book is horrible. But I had a really cool guitar teacher. He was a big Jeff Beck fan. I think Jeff Beck was his main guy. So it got to the point after about 3 years where there was stuff I wanted to learn that was outside of his wheelhouse. So I ended up quitting. And instead of getting a new teacher, I just kind of went about it on my own. But I can learn things that way. But I think with YouTube and all these killer players out there that have Patreons and stuff like that, I mean, there's a ton of resources out there now if you don't want to do in-person lessons. It's just kind of up to you. I mean, I would try and give a shot with like I said, there's so much free shit on YouTube, guitar lesson wise for beginners and stuff. You know, give that a shot. And if you're not grasping it or you're struggling, maybe the in-person stuff would be a good idea. You know, I think the key thing is making sure whatever guitar you got is set up properly where it's easy for you to play. Because if you've got a new guitar that's set up like shit and it's hard to play, then that's going to be a detractor right from the get-go. Jimmy, you got any input on that?
Nope.
Pretty much cover it.
Yeah.
Arky says it's impressive seeing Jimmy get to work on a guitar. I like watching Jimmy work.
Most of these, something I haven't done for months now.
Yep.
Well, usually all these, these guitars that that you see that I built they're just one-day projects.
When you've got the time to do it.
Wake up at butt crack of dawn and break out the router and all the tools, and I don't stop until she's done.
I can't take a year off and do that because I make bad financial decisions.
What, and taking a year off isn't a bad decision?
Well, I mean, if you got it like that, I can't barely take a week off. course, I was also with a woman for a few years that made really fucking bad financial
You
decisions.
had me at woman.
So
Sammy Reynolds, too bad that
It's
Voyager's-
gone, bro.
It's gone. The guy who bought it sent me a fucking diatribe of how awesome the guitar was. He says he's never had a guitar that had such low action and didn't buzz. And you could literally take the whammy bar and just bend it backwards and the strings would snap right out of the bridge. You could just crank it down so low because there was nothing underneath of it.
Larry said, "I would love to come up and talk guitars. We could, we might turn this into a thing." We've been kicking that idea around, actually trying to get some guests on, and panel members, chat members and channel members and stuff like that. Obviously, I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyone know if the EVH Wolfgang standard pickups are the same as the Wolfgang pickups they sell at Sweetwater for $169? Yes and no. They're the same wind, just wound in a different part of the world. So it used to be the ones that you would buy separate, on Sweetwater or wherever, were made in the USA. They don't make any of the Wolfgang pickups in the USA anymore. The Mexico specials and stuff used to be wound in Korea. Now they're wound in Mexico. The Indonesian standard pickups are wound in Indonesia. They're wound to the same spec, but they're, and they got the same magnets, but they're not from, I'm sure that, their wire and their base plates and bobbins are probably not from the same place for cost saving reasons, but they are, there's a couple shootouts on YouTube versus the different country of manufacturers, and they're really not all that different. I mean, they're all CNC wound anyway, basically. So is it worth spending, $170 per pickup? Probably not. You're probably not going to hear the difference. Some people swear you can. Now, if you compare like the old Korean wound Wolfgang pickups that used to be in the specials to the USA ones, there was a slight difference that you could hear, but I just don't think any of the newer ones are really that different. So, yeah, I think only ones that have USA wound Wolfgang pickups are the USA Wolfgangs that are wound, that, they're made in the custom shop. So, Richard Hole says, I contacted a guy on YouTube attached to a very popular YouTube guitar guy, $150 an hour. LOL, no thanks. Guess we're not name dropping. I need to take it in and have it looked at. It's just a cheap Donner Strat style. So I would, if you've got a reputable shop, take it in and tell them, look, I'm learning. I want this. I want to have this guitar set up where it plays easy for a beginner. And depending on your area and the shop and whatnot, do not take it to Guitar Center for a setup, for the love of God. Unless you're in Nashville and you're going to let Dion over there at the Nashville Guitar Center do it. But if you've got a local shop that's got a competent person there that can do it, and it's really not that hard if you give a shit, about what you're doing. But just tell them you want it set up to play. You're a beginner, you're learning, you want it to be easy to play. And like I said, depending on if it's a Strat style guitar, it usually, with the cost of strings, can go anywhere from, I've seen as low as $35 to $75 for a normal Strat. You got a Floyd Rose, it's a little bit more, or something kind of special where if the truss rod has to be adjusted, you got to take the neck off like this thing. Those, sometimes that's a little more, but just tell them you want it set up you're a beginner and you want it to be easy to play. And if you got a competent person at a reputable shop, they should be able to take care of that for you. No problem. Sammy saying for a beginner, I usually tell people to look at Justin Sanderco and Marty Schwartz. Yeah, I mean,
May the Schwartz be with you.
there's a plethora of guys out there and women that give pretty quality
Way to be inclusive, Randy.
content for beginner guitar players. So Bo's been on. Bo's always welcome on too. Bo's got everything.
No,
He's got
Bo-
more than 1 million guitars. He's got everything.
Bo has 1,000,000 plus one.
Right. Guitar talk. Show us your ass night.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Do you guys tune your guitars using the amp or without? Either or. I mean, I've got the clip-on headstock. I've got a D'Addario clip-on tuner. It's fairly accurate. When I'm plugged in, I just use the tuner that's on my modeler. It's pretty dead on. You know, I've never tried one of the Snarks, but everybody likes those.
I don't.
I've never tried one, so I can't
The-
say.
These rechargeable Snarks, the battery doesn't last worth a fuck. And this one's never been dropped. I always baby it. And this one only serves the purpose of getting the guitar close when it's on the bench, and then I bring it over and then it plugs in, and then I use my Boss TU2 to do the fine tuning. But this thing is always off by a couple cents.
I used to use chord tuners back in the day.
And
I had one of those rack mount chord tuners in my rack.
And Cindy, sometimes your clip-on tuner, and you hit my favorite one is you hit the E and it won't register as an E. It'll
Yep.
register as some other note, and it's infuriating. So you literally have to pull it off, shut it off, turn it back on, put it back on, and then hit the string to the point where it goes out of tune to get it to read.
Yeah, I've got this D'Addario clip-on guy, and it does that. You know, I try to put it pretty much like right here instead of on the ball end of the headstock, because I feel like it gets a better vibration here in the middle. But when the battery starts getting a little low on it, I will have to actually hold the tuner tight to the headstock for it to register the D. Take that how you will.
I found that in noisy situations, your clip-on tuner is pretty much useless. That's why I don't know why you see people on stage with clip-on tuners on their headstock, and it's like, if it's loud in the room, how the fuck are you tuning? I've tried it. It's never worked. It doesn't work right.
Right. Where is the signature Wolfgang pickups made? Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. I'm pretty sure the ones in the USA Wolfgangs that because they're all made in the custom shop, the Jackson Charvel EVH custom shop. I'm pretty sure they're all wound there, but the ones that you buy for retail sale in the boxes now, I believe, are made in Mexico. If they're wound on the other side of the world, are they wound in the opposite direction? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a Australian toilet. The water goes in the opposite direction.
Well, they have guitars tuned to different stuff like C sharp. You know, let's not confuse her. Just because I got a low B don't mean nothing. She says, I have a tuner, but I must be doing something wrong. My E always goes green on G. Depending on what tuner you have, you can have the hertz. You can change the frequency, which is the hertz reading should be at 440. It could be in a different. A lot of them are set where you can. They're set for different tunings like DAG-GAD or whatever. or an open tuning. They have presets in them. A lot of them do now. So Cindy says she's in Washington State. I must be really far behind.
Yeah.
And RIP or DMs.
Quit hitting on her.
Oh, she's not far from Jono. She's in Vancouver. Just tell John to come cross the border and handle it. Oh, there you go. Blue Mox is in Washington as well. We know Way Up Dude's not in Washington. He's in the ATL area. Quentin wires my guitars up. Does it take him like 6 days to wire your guitars up like it does his own? And then he blames me for it? Yeah, Scotty, if you've got any, Scotty, Blue Moss, if you've got any recommendations on a wrecking, yeah. Hey, Scotty's already on top of it. On a reputable shop, let her know.
Beacock.
Okay, so she's got a clip on. She thinks it's drunk. Well, quit feeding it booze. Robbie, have a good night, buddy.
Later, Robbie.
George says, I have to hit my snort tuner to get it to work.
Not shocked about that.
Yeah, see, CMBR gets it. Fuck tooting. Just play.
If you're in a punk band, fuck it.
And Way Up Dude says he can tune a piano, but he can't tune a fish. Hardy har, har har har. That sounds like your fault. Everybody giving Cindy Z some good tips. Another good tuner is the Polytune. Was that TC? I've got a Polytune Mini. I think it's got a preset mode and all that shit in there too.
Yep.
Vancouver, Washington is near Oregon. John's still closer to that shit than I am, bro.
And, I'm 9 hours away.
It's closer to fucking Canada than I am. Yeah, it says she's about 10 minutes from downtown Portland.
You don't want to be going there right now.
Well, sorry I'm way behind. So if anybody, all right, I'm caught up now. Have you ever used a tuning app on your phone? I have not. Thank you, John. Vancouver, Washington's 4 hours from him.
Not as accurate as using a clip-on.
Sugar Tush apparently said get a Guitar Nerd boyfriend.
Yeah. Follow that advice at your own risk.
Yeah, I've never tried any of the tuner apps. I'm pretty good at the ear tuning.
They use the microphone of your phone, and if you got a crappy phone or if you got a plugged up gunky microphone puller on your phone, it might not catch the vibrations good enough. So
Right.
just there's plenty of inexpensive pedal tuners on eBay or Reverb. Just plug it in.
And do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never.
Sometimes convenient isn't the best route.
No. I mean, hell, you can get on this thing here called YouTube and just type in E standard guitar tuning, and it'll be audio, and you just match your strings to what you hear on the video. That could either be really bad or really good depending on how tone deaf you are. Yeah, I don't know. I've been playing so long now that I can pretty much nail it within about 5 cents by ear. anytime I take one of these Floyds apart and I put the saddles and shit back on, I just kind of like, it looks like about where that's supposed to go, and I'll hit the tuner up to see how close I am on intonation, and usually the only one I'm off is the high E, and it'll be sharp like 3 cents, and that's not enough for me to give a shit about.
Hell, I'm sure that if you hopped on Amazon right now, they probably got a tuner for $20 that you'll have on your doorstep by mid-morning tomorrow for the price of a snark.
Yep. Yeah, that he brings up a good point. A lot of the newer digital combo amps have a tuner built in. Pretty sure like all of the Line 6 does, the Katana does,
I mean, the Stilnex even got one in it.
the Viper's got one. Yeah, my Impero's got one.
Because
What
you
it-
know what would happen if they didn't. Is people go, well, there's no tuner in it.
Yep. Blue Mox, what is an acoustic? I mean, I've got 3 of them. They're not even here. They're at my dad's house. With like fucking 10-year-old strings on them. I think even those, what's the Positive Grid, the Spark amps have tuners in them. My Yamaha's got one. My THR Yamaha amp's got one. A good tuner is invaluable. Arkansas. There you go, Scotty, you motherfucker. You always bitch that it's never you. Today is your fucking day, bud. Arkansas gifted 1 channel membership to the lucky receiving end of Scott Brockway. Welcome to channel membership, Scotty. It is your time. Thank you, Arky. I don't have the dollar sound clip where I'd play it. I do have a... Oh, and Arky herself. Zach says, I would recommend looking to get an acoustic. It would help you in the long run, making your fingers stronger. Maybe. I generally tell people don't buy fucking acoustics as a first guitar because they usually have higher action and heavier gauge strings. A lot of people don't jive with that. No, Scott, you're not as lucky as Q. Yeah, there you go. Play what excites you. Play what you want to play. I mean, a proper setup on anything is going to make the world a difference anyway, so.
Most acoustics are, I mean, if you buy an inexpensive acoustic, there's a high probability that it's going to play like shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've seen, young kids, I got this acoustic and I don't want to play it because it sucks. It's like, yep, that's pretty much the part for the course.
Strings are a mile off the fretboard.
I mean, and you can, honestly, I don't think there's, can be much of a difference if you're playing, something like this where it's, it's easy. You're going to develop the hand strength. I mean, if you want to play acoustic, then buy an acoustic and learn on this and then transfer that to the acoustic.
Yeah, or if you want to primarily be an acoustic player, I mean, buy an acoustic.
But a nice playing acoustic that's going to, rival this is going to be
Expensive.
very, very, very expensive.
Yep.
Thousands of
Yep.
dollars.
I mean, I think was it the low, even like the lowest end Taylors are $1,000. Make sure you get your
Unless you know somebody.
make sure you
that
get
can
your
work-
elixir strings to play your worship music on it too.
Yeah. Unless you know somebody that can do magic with acoustics. Don't expect a whole lot from cheapos.
What? Yeah, that's the problem with most of the cheap acoustics is I mean, from like what Willie's told me in my old tech Barrett, he just like you get the El Cheapo $300 acoustics, and every fucking one of them needs an neck reset to play right.
Yeah. Yeah, and for $300 nowadays, you can get an electric that is probably going to be, even in a poor state, is probably going to play easier than an acoustic.
Yeah, and electrics are easier to work on, to get set up right most of the time. If something breaks on an acoustic, that shit's expensive. I mean, if the bridge cracks or the holes for the bridge pins wallow out, I mean, you're talking, it's not just taking 2 screws or 6 screws out of the trim or whatever and swapping it.
Or a drunk roommate or boyfriend or significant other does a Animal House on it.
Puts your head through it. Yeah, I found that to be very true. Electrics have come on such a long way, even in the beginner cheap realm, where they're not anywhere as shitty as they were 20, 30 years ago. The acoustics are still the cheap the $99 Amazon acoustics are not good. So, yeah, man, an Esteban. Those late night QVC Esteban 2-hour specials.
I'm surprised that Esteban never got Charo to be
Charo.
Because she played flamenco. She was actually pretty damn good with flamenco guitar.
Yeah, flamingo.
And
woman.
I was like, man, if Esteban and Charo, that would have been an unstoppable team. They would have sold even more of them fucking pieces of shit.
Trock's probably not here anymore. I always forget Charo. Is she even still alive?
I don't know.
She's got enough plastic in her and. Scott says, I got my MRI results. I have arthritis. Yeah, me too, buddy.
Yeah, which
Me too.
I've had it since I was 25. Just wait till it turns into RA. Yeah, she probably knew that he was a dork.
Darren, you're 74? Really?
Charo's 74.
Oh. Exactly. If you're over 30, you've got it.
Yeah, if you've been in the construction industry for the better part of over 2 decades, you've got arthritis.
Yep. Fluid buildup too. You know what's really fun? When they jam that needle behind your kneecap to drain that shit. That's fucking awesome. I had to have that done about 7 years ago. Jesus Christ. And they're like, oh, we're going to numb it up for you. What, my skin?
You're gonna feel a little prick. Hey, don't stand behind me, Doc.
Thought they recycled her into a Lego. Yeah, I tripped at work. Yeah, I guess it was probably 8 years ago, and came down real hard on my knee. And the next day, that fucker was like 3 times the size it should be. And I could walk barely. And I finally just said, screw it. And I went to the orthopedic like 2 or 3 days later. And he was sitting there like, yeah, man, you got like poking on it and shit, like it's a water balloon. He's like, yeah, you got a lot of fluid in there. We're going to have to drain that. I'm like, oh, do I have, like, you're going to drain it now? He's like, yeah, I'll be right back. And then the little physician's assistant comes in there with a little syringe. And it was tiny. I'm like, oh, that's probably not going to be that bad. And she's like, no, this is just to numb it up. And then he comes back in there.
This is the one we're going to use.
He comes in there with the fucking Scottish William Wallace broadsword. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck are you doing with that? He goes, we're going to put it behind your kneecap and suck this fluid out. And I'm like, that's going to go behind my kneecap?
Oh, it'll fit.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to give it about 10 minutes to let that numbing solution set in. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. He goes, you're probably not going to feel this needle go into your leg at first. He goes, but when it gets into the joint, he goes, I'm sorry, but you're going to feel it.
When I hit that bone, yep. Hope you got spare underwear.
That hurt like fuck. And then I think he pulled like 3 of the big syringe tubes of shit out from behind my knee. And then when he pulled that needle out, it was like, oh my God, I'll kill you. Luckily, I've never had to have that done again, so that sucked. That was pretty bad. So, don't recommend. 0 out of 10. I think Quentin's had that done too. Of course, I mean, he's like died 17 times and
has half a neck.
Right. Yeah, basically, Brad, it looked like one of those meat injectors. It was pretty bad. It sucked. Exactly. If the doctor tells you you're going to feel it, it's bad. He didn't bullshit. He didn't fuck around. He's like, I hate to tell you this, kid, but this is going to suck. And it did. For about the 5 minutes it was in there. I've got a fairly high pain tolerance, so I didn't scream or any of that. But I was sitting there like, oh, the whole time in my mind, I'm like, argh! About breaking my teeth, fucking gritting my teeth. It sucked. 0 out of 10. My shoulders still hurt from the girls on them at Rat Bon Jovi concert. I don't know about Bon Jovi.
Those things that I'm just not gonna say them.
Right. Right. This is family friendly show.
It's family friendly.
Even though I've said the F-bomb has been dropped 400 times. One night I was having dinner and I had to just happen to turn on Quentin's live stream, shut off. He was showing his neck from his surgery. I nearly vomited my dinner. See, that kind of shit don't bother me.
I was a butcher, so I've seen all kinds of gruesome stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing was better than watching the 4-H kids pass out when you did the old stick 'em in the heart.
I watched a dude's bicep tendon pull off. That's pretty awesome. pulled off from the elbow down here, the elbow joint. He was trying to lift the transmission, and it just fucking let go. And you see, it literally looked like he had a big rubber ball under his skin and went.
Oh yeah. It is not a pleasant thing to experience.
And then he screamed and didn't stop screaming. And he's
Yes,
like,
it is.
he's like, my fucking arm, Like, dude, shut up, my fucking arm.
Yeah. It is surprisingly painful.
I mean, he screamed for like 30 minutes. It's like, is somebody gonna take this dude to the hospital? Because I'm pretty sure that's not normal. I used to work with a guy. I wasn't there when it happened, but his separated at the shoulder and went down. I guess it's got your biceps got 2 attachment points at the shoulder.
Yep. Lower bicep tendons. That's why I've got one that goes up and one that goes down.
Never had them fixed.
I didn't have this fixed, and they couldn't retrieve this one. It snapped and went all the way down. They went and tried digging for it, and they couldn't grab a hold of it.
So Jimmy's not really jacked. He's just got fucked up biceps.
Yeah. So, but no,
Yep.
the whole it is quite to see, when you're brachii, when the brachii bicep tendon lacerates on you, and all that muscle that's attached to it just goes bleh. And it literally looks like, somebody stuffed a baseball under your arm. The problem is it's not up here as it hangs down to the side and just
Yep. I've worked with a bunch of dudes that's had shoulder surgery and torn labrums and rotator cuffs and all that shit. And every one of them, they'll tell you, hey, when you wake up, you're going to have 3 small holes where we fix this. And it's like, if you happen to wake up with more than 3, then we had to fix other stuff while we were in there. And every single one of them wakes up with like 8 fucking holes in their arm.
Oh yeah. Yep. I did. I had multiples on this shoulder, and they had to grind 3/8 of an inch off of my clavicle to get it to fit right because of arthritic buildup
Yep.
on it from me just letting it go for so long.
Yep. We worked with a guy. I used to hang with a guy a lot. He knew he had a torn labrum, and he finally had surgery. And he's like, yeah, he said I'll have 3 holes, da 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 da. And he was out for like 8 weeks, and he came back after 4 with his arm in a sling, just doing some shop foreman stuff, diagnosing, whatever. And he's like, yeah, they went in there, and my labrum they thought was 65% torn was actually 98% torn. And my bicep tendon was torn completely through on where, I guess, like I said, it attaches in 2 places. I guess the one that's further out was completely torn, and this one was hanging on by a couple threads. So they had to fix that while they were in there, and they fixed his rotator cuff, and then did the whole, like, dude, they just pretty much rebuilt your whole shoulder while they were in there.
Yeah.
So I've got my AC joint, and mine's goofed up and chock full of arthritis. So whatever. I'm about due for a left hip replacement at one point. Getting close to that, which I've known that's been coming since I was a kid. So I've had a bum hip since I was a kid. Just once a week, that's it.
Poor
Rookie,
guy.
they're rookie numbers. You need to bump them numbers up. Like John, bare minimum once a day. So All right, Dan, I think we're going to wrap her up. Wrap her down. It's almost 11 o'clock here, so. And we're off the guitar chat talking about bodily injury.
Yep.
Now we just need the video segment like UTB. The fuck are you doing? But, yeah, man, cool. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Hope you were entertained for this past hour and 37 minutes. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Big thanks to all these fine people, these channel members. To our newest channel members, Arkansas, again, and Scotty Brockway. Appreciate you. We'll be back. I don't know if we're going to do anything Thursday or not. That's one of those on the seat of our pants deals. But we'll definitely be here Saturday. So, which head? Cindy, you're welcome. I don't have head injuries. Oh, never mind. That's a lie. I do have a head injury up here. You can't see it hardly anymore, but I have a nice scar here. Car accident. Still don't wear my seatbelt. But anyway, we'll catch y'all later. See ya.
Bye.